Pageants are a great way for women to give a voice to many different causes. And now one of our very own local pageant winners has taken the national crown. National, guys. Joining us now and returning from Vegas after her win is Anitra Adler, who is now Ms. Woman United States 2015. Anitra, thank you so much for coming in. We couldn't be more proud of you.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm still in awe myself, so.
Yeah, so tell us what it was like. I mean, obviously, you were saying in awe and a little bit of disbelief, but what was the competition like, being in Vegas, being up there on the national stage?
Being out there as New Mexico alone was such a, I was on such a high the whole week I was there. People out there looking for their state and so cheering you on, so that was great. But actually bringing home a national title now is just amazing.
Yeah. So tell us, Anitra, how did you get into doing pageants? Was this something that was kind of a lifelong thing that you've done?
You know what, it wasn't. I've done some pageants when I was younger. As an adult, I did a couple. But it was just something that I realized that as a principal, because I'm an elementary school principal,
wow. Okay.
I could take what I was doing with my school and kind of mesh it with this pageant system. And somehow when you have a crown and a sash, people will listen to you.
Yeah, they'll listen.
So
yeah.
I really had to find how to blend the two, and it's been great.
So you know, I'm curious because you kind of came to it a little bit later. You find a way to do it. Other people out there, they may be thinking about women of your generation, and other people thinking about potentially getting into the pageantry world. What would you say to them? I mean, is it something, or what advice rather would you give to them? Because I'd imagine you'd say, yeah, you should do it. So what advice would you give to them if they're thinking of following your footsteps?
You know, actually, my journey's been a little bit different just because, like I said, I've been as an elementary school principal and then now a pageant queen. They're just two different worlds.
Yeah.
But it's been the journey, and that's what I've shared with people, to really, if you have a purpose, go out and use this title to help others in our community around the state. But also it's a journey, it's your own journey, which I've really recognized since I've been doing this.
Well, since you said it is purpose, beauty with a purpose, let's talk about that, what it means to you and what that purpose is for you.
Right. So again, tying it back to what I do every day is helping children and helping my community. And so as we're looking at test scores, as I went along this journey again, really trying to peel the onion away, all the layers, to try to get to why our students aren't making the progress that they need to make.
Right.
And one thing that I recognized was that we had a lot of students that are hungry. So in New Mexico alone, we have 29% of our students are our kids.
That's astounding.
It is. It's 1 in 3. So it's huge. So it's not something that's in another country. I mean, it's in our own backyard.
Right.
So really started to go out and look for ways that I could support the students and the families so that they could have food, come to school, and they can learn. So really my beauty with a purpose is using my title to go out and find ways to support my students.
That's great.
And the students in our community.
That's great. So Anitra, what's next for you now? You got the crown. You got a year to celebrate and reign as Miss Woman United States. What's next? What do you do? I mean, obviously you're still a principal.
I'm still a principal first and foremost, and I think I'm starting to finally kind of like recognize, like, wow, this is okay. this is real. This is a real thing. It's just New Mexico. It's the United States. So I take it out and look at it.
Yeah.
But continuing to just do what I'm doing in my community around the state, and hopefully be able to do that in other states as well.
That's
this
great.
year.
That's great. Well, Anitra, thanks for coming in again.
Thank you
Congratulations. And guys, if you want more information about Anitra and following her journey, head over to casa.com.